And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Daytona International Speedway as we prepare for race number 12 of the Oreo Truck Series. This is Division 2. And here as we head to this amazing restrictor plate track, we are ready for 41 amazing drivers to battle it out here for 20 laps. Now, here in the Mountain Dew Dark Berry 200 version 2, this is going to be different scenarios for different drivers. For some drivers, they're currently in the top 10 in standings, so they're trying to get a good consecutive finish to stay in the top 10. For other drivers, they're just going to try and rely on wins to get them into one of the two wildcard spots. And we have an in-car reporter here today who's going to be starting off about mid-pack. He comes in 28th in the standings, and I think that's probably going to be his kind of mentality, as he's got to get the wins in order to get into the chase for the Oreo Truck Series Championship. Let's go down and see if we can get a word with him. He is Dylan Schwallenberg, driver of the number 72. Dylan, Seth Cole in the SRE Studios booth. Have you got a copy?
Yes.
Okay, well, Dylan, you're going to be starting mid-pack, and I'm wondering, is the mentality right now, especially being so late in the season, that you've got to win races in order to get into the chase for the championship?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten so close to winning, and we've got this, got everything, but it's, it's been, a pretty good season for me. I mean, 72, it runs well, Chevrolet, I mean, that's pretty good, and I love the way that, my team, they just show so much support and come so close to winning. And I hope we do that here tonight. So, yeah.
Okay, so you're starting mid-pack with 20 laps of racing. That's, some drivers consider that a lot of time. Some drivers don't consider that a lot of time to be able to make moves. Are you going to try and just head straight to the front at the drop of the green flag, or are you going to hang back and then make your way up later on in the race? What's the strategy to try and stay out of trouble and be around at the front at the end of the race?
Well, after watching the Division 1 race, seeing Jack Richards, coming up from the mid-pack to win, yeah, I might just try to floor it at the green flag and hope we just have that good of a setup and that good of a truck team.
Alright, well, you're going to be starting mid-pack. Hold her wide open, and good luck today. Okay, so we're going to get these cars rolling off as Dylan Schwallenberg is going to try and pick up his first win of the season. You've also got Sean Galligan on the pole. He's gone to victory lane this season already. Margaret Mason alongside of him. And then you got Matthew Rodriguez and Savannah Turner. So these trucks, they'll roll off. They'll complete 2 pace laps. And while they do that, we will show you the starting lineup for the Mountain Dew Dark Berry 200 version 2, 20 laps of racing. Here under the lights at Daytona, it's going to be a wild ride. Here's the starting lineup for tonight's race. Sean Galligan could end up being the second repeat winner this season in the trucks. John Dillon did it earlier on this season. He right now is the only multi-win driver in the Oreo Truck Series. Margaret Mason, Matthew Rodriguez, Savannah Turner, they're still looking for their first wins of this season as we prepare to get the green flag, and we are underway here in the Mountain Dew Dark Berry 200. Sean Galligan got a big jump there. That's going to allow Margaret Mason, who started on the outside of the front row, to be able to slide in to that second position. Normally we see the outside line not get much momentum. Well, Margaret Mason was able to remedy that by getting down right behind the pole sitter Sean Galligan. It's rather spread out here, actually. It's kind of surprising. I was expecting these trucks to maybe be pushing and shoving, but maybe they learned something from the D1 race that you really can't push the envelope until at the end of the race. Here's Sean Galligan now going to get a challenge down low from Margaret Mason. Here comes our Season 1 Oreo Truck Series champion, Robert Bann, as well. He's looking to get back to victory lane as Mackenzie Hopkins is right behind there as well, along with Richard Johnson and Corey Williams. They continue to battle down to the stripe. Down low comes Robert Bann. He is going to just barely miss getting that lap led by about maybe a splitter. As right now Robert Bann leads the way. Now they're going to split 3 wide. Mackenzie Hopkins to the inside. Seeing a lot of this. This is rather contrast from what we saw at Lowe's. At Lowe's it seemed like if you got in the lead, the best battle was going to be for the second position. Now here at Daytona, the best battle always seems to be for the lead. You have it one moment, you lose it the next, as they're going to go 3 wide again for position numero uno. Corey Williams down low. He's looking for his second win of the season. And here comes Jeff Ehlers directly behind him. Along behind him, Bill Doberpool and also Brendan Patterson as they continue to race 3 wide. Now look at Jeff Ehlers. He and Bill Doberpool, they must have some alliance going because they both mirrored each other. They knew what the other driver was going to do as they moved to the inside of Corey Williams. Lap 3 on the board. Still a total of 18 to go as Jeff Ehlers, Bill Doberpool have a 2-truck tandem working here, and they're starting to get away from the field, but we've seen at Daytona it doesn't take much for this pack to line back up and catch back up to the back bumper of these guys, and now they especially will as you see Doberpool move out from behind of Ehlers as these two race double wide. It's going to bring the whole field right back to them. Bill Doberpool continues to lead. Oh, there's a wreck in the back. I heard some scraping, and the caution is out. Oh, Sean Galligan, our pole sitter's involved. Joseph Bryant is involved. Savannah Turner is involved. Also Cody Yamas. Oh, our points leader, Jake Rogers, has gotten a piece of it, along with Michael Harvey. Margaret Mason, who started on the outside of the front row, along with Marco Rossi. They all were involved. And the 2 biggest ones I'm seeing there are Jake Rogers and Joseph Bryant. I believe they came in 1 and 2 in the standings. And this is not what we wanted to see here. And this just shows how Daytona shakes up the points a whole lot. Bill Doberpool leads under the caution flag. Let's look back at a replay and see what happened. Jake Rogers, Joseph Bryant, they started 1-2 in the standings. Sean Galligan, Margaret Mason started 1-2 on the racetrack. All 4 of them involved with several others here on lap 4. Looks like second in the standings, Joseph Bryant was the one that started this wreck. Watch him right there, just barely get into Sean Galligan's left rear quarter panel. And, boy, you know, that almost was not a wreck, but right there the contact is made. Oh, actually, no! Michael Harvey came up into Marco Rossi. Margaret Mason, Cody Yamas, nowhere to go, so it was actually Michael Harvey who started the wreck. From the first view there, it looked like it was going to be Joseph Bryant who started it. And there you see Jake Rogers in the 91. He gets held up behind Savannah Turner. He's going to come down. I think he also makes some more contact as he hits the number 43 Cummins Dodge of Michael Harvey right there. He sustains more front-end damage to his race car. And through the smoke there, you can see Sean Galligan, also Joseph Bryant, Cody Yamas, and Savannah Turner. Lots of drivers involved here, and it looks like it was Michael Harvey who started the incident. So we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. Drivers out after that incident. There are only 2 of them, and they are the guys who started on the front row for this race, Sean Galligan and Margaret Mason. Here's the way they line up for the restart. Bill Doberpool leads. Zach Buchanan second. Yokohama Kato is third. Fourth is John Acosta, and fifth is Jeff Ehlers. Sixth is Connor Germain. Seventh, Jake Croven. Eighth, Nick Bergen. Ninth is Brendan Patterson, and Aaron Reed is in 20th. 21st is Richard Johnson. 22nd place is where we find, make it 11th, Richard Johnson. 12th, Brandon Gonzalez. 13th is Jessica Miller. Dylan Young, 14th. 15th is Corey Williams. 16th is Jacob Rodriguez. 17th, that's where we find Dylan Schwallenberg. That wreck occurred behind him. Let's see if we can get a word with him. Dylan, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, that wreck occurred behind you. Right now, what's the thought knowing that a big wreck took out a lot of top contenders, many of who started at the top of the leaderboard, and now you've been able to pick up spots. You're now up to the 17th position.
Yeah, I told you I was gonna floor it. Yeah. You know, I was doing pretty good. I think that truck can do a lot better. we just need more laps and more time to get up front and everything, and to get it all settled out, to try to get a win tonight.
Okay, so Dylan Schwallenberg, he's going to start off from 17th, and the rest of the top 20, Matthew Rodriguez, Mackenzie Hopkins, and Robert Bands. We get ready to go back to green flag racing. Bill Doberpool will put us back under green on lap 8 of 20. Doberpool, Buchanan, Cato, and John Acosta, they're all still looking for their first wins of the season. Green flag is out. And a big thing about Daytona, it always seems to play out into the favor of the underdog. The least expected winner seems to go to victory lane, and so be interesting to see who Daytona picks to go to victory lane here tonight. As it's going to be a 4-car breakaway. The first 4 drivers stay single file. Then from 5th place on back, they're racing double wide, so 4-car breakaway between Doberpool, Buchanan, Cato, and Acosta. That goes south in a hurry, though, as they start to race 2 by 2. That allows Connor Germain, Jeff Ehlers to catch back up, and the new leader is going to be Zach Buchanan, who in the trucks and the Snickers Cup Series has been so close to really picking up his first NNSCRA victory, but just seems like he is in the wrong place at the wrong time, or else he doesn't have enough laps to be able to complete a pass for the lead. Speaking of a pass for the lead, that's what John Acosta is doing right now. He, with the help of Connor Germain, will go to the inside. Here comes another former winner in the trucks, Nick Bergen, in the 48 car. He won back at Pocono, and he's coming up through the field here, trying to be a 2-time winner, as Connor Germain will race door to door with John Acosta. Now the drafting help will come, and that will allow him to bypass the 46 truck. Also, coming up the inside line, a guy who's very well known at restrictor plate tracks this season, Dylan Young there in the 37 car. Don't forget, in this season, he's had 2 wins. One and a points event, the other came at a non-points event. Both are restrictor plate tracks, though. Dylan got a points win at Talladega, and he won the Truck Series All-Star race at Coca-Cola Speedway. Here's Jessica Miller leading the way now. Been a long time since we've seen the 59 out in front, and here comes Corey Williams and Dylan Schwallenberg coming up to the 3rd position. He was talking about he had to get to the front. That's where he is. He's in the 3rd position now after restarting this race in the 17th spot. So that truck is awfully fast, and now he's going to look for more. Actually, he's going to look for a lot more. He's going 3 wide for the top spot as he's going to stick Corey Williams in the middle, and Schwallenberg, our in-race reporter, is going to go to the top spot. Now, a little bit of karma here, maybe. Jack Richards, our in-race reporter, ended up winning the race last night. Trent Dunham came away with a 10th place finish. Does it mean that being an in-race reporter, it's in the cards for Schwallenberg to leave with a top 10 finish or a win? And I apologize for that. We apparently lost Dylan's radio communication there. And we lost communication as well. So, not really much that we missed, though. Jacob Rodriguez now going to the inside of Dylan Schwallenberg. So, we're going to try and get Dylan back, but right now we're getting word that they're having radio communications not only with us, but with his crew as well. So, Dylan still continues to lead the way, though, so apparently the communication problems does not affect the speed of his truck as he continues to lead the way. Here comes Mike Dawson into the top spot here. Well, not top spot, but he's trying to get to the top spot. Whoa, that was Brady Gonzalez got shuffled back there. He's on the apron. Oh, guys, don't do that. Oh, they did. Oh, good grief. Oh, Nick Bergen, Brendan Patterson. Oh, and I know exactly how this happened. Oh, my goodness. Mackenzie Hopkins is involved. Connor Germain is involved. Jake Croven, Tim Feigl, oh my goodness, Sasha Dawson, I saw the 55 involved, Yokohama Kato. That was uncalled for. Totally uncalled for. I saw exactly what happened. They're going to go racing to the line, Mike Dawson, Bob Ferguson, Dylan Schwallenberg, but I can tell you right now, before we even go to the replay, what happened. Brendan Patterson, Brandon Gonzalez, they got together in the tri-oval. They were on the apron, tried to come back up the racetrack 5 wide, and that's just not going to work. That was uncalled for. Lots of drivers involved in that wreck that never should have occurred. Mike Dawson leads us under the caution. Let's see what happened. Right now, I'm not too happy with what I saw there. Brandon Gonzalez, Brendan Patterson, they should have put their feet on the brakes, waited till the pack got by, and then got back in line. They had plenty of time still to be able to get up there, and That was just uncalled for on the part of Brendan Patterson and Brandon Gonzalez. Okay, so here's a look at what happened to put us under the caution flag. They were going about 4 wide here, and you can see Brandon Gonzalez and Brendan Patterson. I don't know what the deal was here, but the two of them, they start bouncing off of each other. But watch right here. It seems like either Brendan Patterson comes up or Brandon Gonzalez goes down. The two of them are kind of kindling a little rivalry here or something. I don't know what. But look at here. Look at this. Is Brendan Gonzalez and Brendan Patterson. They're shoving into each other. I don't think they like the contact they had given each other before or something. But here's what I don't like. Watch how the two of them continue to race full speed, 209 miles an hour heading into turn 1. The cars are then 5 wide heading in, and there's just no way they're going to be able to fit back up on the racetrack when they're racing 3 wide. They come up into Jake Croven, Nick Bergen, Sasha Dawson, Yokohama Kato. You know, I'm wondering if there's going to be some penalties handed out there. It almost seems like there should be, because that was totally uncalled for on the part of both Brandon Gonzalez and Brendan Patterson. Look at Nick Bergen get caught up in the catch fence. Oh my goodness. That car stuck in the catch fence. Oh my. Oh, Nick Bergen, boy, in the last few weeks, he's been on the receiving end of some really hard wrecks. As you see the other drivers involved, Connor Germain, who was up at the front for a while, Tim Feigl, Mackenzie Hopkins, Sasha Dawson, Yokohama Kato, and Jake Croven. But Nick Bergen, he flipped in the infield at M&M Super Speedway. He's now caught in the catch fence here at Daytona. This has not been a good season for that car, regardless of the fact that he's been to victory lane this season. But, well, let's get ready to go back to green flag racing. But I am getting word that a 50-point penalty for Brandon Gonzalez and a 50-point penalty for Brendan Patterson will be given at the end of this event. That'll hit them hard in the standings, and also they will be under supervision for the next 5 races. Let's go back to green flag. Well, we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here on lap 17 of 20. That'll give us a total of 4 laps to go. The leader is going to be Mike Dawson. Bob Fergus is going to be in second. Drivers out of the race right now are the cars of Jake Croven. Actually, I think Croven may be still racing, but he is a lap down. But Connor Germain, Tim Feigl, Brendan Patterson, Brandon Gonzalez, Mackenzie Hopkins, Sasha Dawson, and Nick Bergen have all retired. They join Margaret Mason and Sean Galligan in the garage area. So Brandon Gonzalez will get credited for 36th. Brendan Patterson will get credited for 35th. Not good finishes for them, plus they have a 50-point deficit to have to make up, as well as they have been penalized by the NNSCRA. We gave you the top 2. We got our in-race reporter, Dylan Schwallenberg, in the 3rd position. Let's see if we can get a word with Dylan. Now, Dylan, in the last shootout in the Division 1 race, it was Jack Richards who restarted in 6th. You're restarting in the 3rd position right now. What's the plan here? Have you got anybody you're going to work with, or are you going to have to do it all on your own? What's the strategy as you're starting up here near the front in the final stages of this race? Okay, so the cars get the green flag. Bob Fergus is going to go right to work on Mike Dawson. He'll go for the lead. And just like Jack Richards, as Dylan Schwallenberg said, Schwallenberg's getting moved up to the high side, so he's starting to slip back. But as he mentioned, he's going to try and find a tandem partner here late in this race. And oh, there they go. Oh, Bob Fergus got spun out, and Dylan Schwallenberg spins. Oh, there's a big wreck here. Oh, a lot of drivers involved. Jeff Ehlers is involved. Joseph Bryant. Oh, Tim Feigl nails Bob Fergus. Marco Rossi, Tim Walsh, Savannah Turner. You name them, they're in it. Oh, my goodness. And I think this may be a race to the stripe. Who's the leader, though? The leader is Aaron Reed in the 78. Aaron Reed leads the way, but Oh my goodness, let's see here. Yokohama Kato, Tim Walsh, Dylan Young, Bob Fergus, who was running up battling for the lead at that point. Jeff Ehlers got some damage. Connor Germain still got damage, but I think that was from an earlier incident. Anthony McCurry was involved. That was a huge wreck there. Aaron Reed leads the way. This race may end under caution with Aaron Reed picking up the win, but trying to look here to see who else was involved. Tim Feigl, Marco Rossi, Jake Croven, Robert Bann. I think I saw Bill Doberpool involved. We know Dylan Schwallenberg spun. Jacob Rodriguez was involved. And I would say basically half the field, if not more than half, was involved in that wreck that occurred right up at the front when the cars were battling for the lead. Let's look back and see. Aaron Reed may be en route to his first Truck Series victory, but we'll have to see if we will be able to go back to Green Flag Racing. But while we're waiting to find that out, let's take a look at a replay. Well, this one I can't figure out. I don't know if Aaron Reed... No, it just seemed like Bob Fergus was trying to give Aaron Reed room, but Mike Dawson was there, and... Oh, and Schwallenberg, he just bounced off the 84. That spun him out. Bob Fergus spins right in front of the entire field. Everybody's trying to miss. There you see Jacob Rodriguez get clipped by Jeff Ehlers. That sends him up into the 75. Jessica Miller was involved. Anthony McCurry was involved. Dylan Young, Bill Doberpool, Caleb Barnes, Richard Johnson, Joseph Bryant, Robert Bann, Marco Rossi, Savannah Turner, John Acosta. Basically, anybody back behind this pack ended up getting a piece of this in one way or another. Michael Harvey's involved there. Also, Tim Feigl runs in there. Jake Croven's involved. Connor Germain is involved. Marco Rossi. Oh, man, there was just a whole host of cars. Cody Yamas, Robert Bann, I believe they got pieces of it, along with our points leader, Jake Rogers, involved for the second time today. And you can just see it's just a parking lot back there in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Tim Walsh, I believe I mentioned, involved in that as well with John Acosta. I'm probably repeating myself, but I don't know if I've mentioned every one of the drivers involved here. We'll try and get a complete tally of who was involved, as we may go back to Green Flag Racing. We'll have to see, but we are under the caution. Another huge wreck hits here at Daytona International Speedway. Well, it looks like we will not receive the green flag anymore here tonight at Daytona. The checkered flag will be the next flag waved, and it'll wave over the hood of the number 78 of Aaron Reed. He will pick up his first Truck Series victory. Drivers that will retire from the race are Bob Fergus, Robert Bann, Tim Walsh, Yokohama Kato, Michael Harvey, Marco Rossi, and Jake Croven, along with Connor Germain. So it looks like Aaron Reed will win this race. Matthew Rodriguez will get second. Jake Baskinger came out of nowhere. He'll finish third. Adam Rose fifth. Sixth, Mike Dawson. Seventh, Corey Williams. Eighth, James McLeod. Ninth will be Jessica Miller. 10th, Danny Wells. Or 9th, Danny Wells. And Anthony McCurry will be 10th. Dylan Young, 11th. 12th is going to be Cody Yamas. Jeff Ehlers, he'll get 13th. 14th is going to be Caleb Barnes. 15th, Zach Buchanan. 16th, Savannah Turner. 17th is going to be John Acosta. See if we can quickly get a word with Dylan Schwallenberg, our in-race reporter. Dylan, obviously that was not what you wanted to have happen there at the end of this race when you ended up spinning out there and getting involved in this last wreck. But it looks like you're still going to come away with an 18th place finish. Are you satisfied with that, or were you hoping for more? Now, do you think you could have made it through that wreck? Because it almost looked like the only thing that caught you up in it was you bounced off the side of the 84 car. Was there just no room to maneuver your way through that? That's absolutely true. Several drivers did not finish the race, and one driver also did finish the race was our points leader, Jake Rogers. He'll get credited for 21st, so it's possible he could leave with the points lead. Don't know for certain, but we do know for certain that Aaron Reed has won his first Truck Series event of Season 3. So congratulations to him. If you were in the Division 1 race, be sure and check here at the end of this race to see where you are in the standings, as Aaron Reed and Jack Richards, they win here at Daytona. We will now show you the finishing order and the standings. Thanks for watching. Mobile and Snickers Cup cars come here next to Daytona International Speedway as we continue the Mountain Dew Dark Berry race weekend. Aaron Reed goes victory lane, his first NNSCRA victory overall and his first NNSCRA Oreo Truck Series victory as he takes the checkers here today. You've been watching the NNSCRA Offline Racing.